Here's Webflow compared to Lovable from the first prompt that I gave it. Just do a quick scroll so you can kind of get a feel for it. That's Webflow, first attempt, and then Lovable. It was first attempt, there was an error that I clicked fix it, and it fixed it on its own. So it was two prompts, but me just watching what it was doing. So let's look at that. All right, there we go. Now I want to modify it to show actual data connectors and analytics kind of based on what I asked for it, which I know it's possible in Lovable. I wasn't able to figure out how to do that in Webflow, and I know Webflow just came out, so I'm sure these little like glitches will be fixed, kind of like little scroll errors. So it's good that there's tons of options. I'm not a web designer, so I'm like overwhelmed with too much web design options. But there's like the overall page, and I think I would have to start it again, so it's not just a landing page, but then the actual web app page to have different integrations that I wanted. Overall, Webflow one look kind of general, looked like a basic template, so maybe it's a good start for them, especially have the designing skills to like go all in and make it more advanced. Lovable one seemed like way more best practices and kind of way more engaging page and things that I like that I know are on various popular softwares and tools and some of the elements that are there, and then I can go in and edit many of them. Not as much customization in Webflow, but from like the first attempt, very happy with the Lovable example. All right. Now I'm gonna give a quick second chance to Webflow because I kind of sounded like I favored Lovable, so I'm gonna keep it more neutral. So I took the same prompt but extended it with more information, kind of like seeing the actual app components, not just the landing page. So let's see what it's gonna do this time, and I'm just choosing all the default options that is just AI suggested for everything. So while it's doing that, let me do that for Lovable as well. Same prompt as I gave for Webflow, but rather than starting from scratch, it'll just add it at the end, the second part. Also because on Webflow I couldn't figure out how to take my existing one that I made and then modify it, so I kind of deleted that site that I showed earlier in the video and then just started a new one from scratch. Alright, and while I was doing it, both have options, or it seems fairly easy to publish it, making it live. I know it's very easy to integrate into Supabase on Lovable, so then it's connected to a database and there's login, authentication, a payment setup, things like that. I'm not too familiar how to do that in Webflow. I saw the options there, so it seems like it was there. Now let's see what it comes up with. Also, at the beginning, Webflow was kind of slow at the beginning of like the site loading, that area, but then actually making the app was relatively quick. On Lovable site, it took slightly longer to create it, but I saw it was thinking. You can actually see what it's thinking and what it's coding the whole time. So I know it's using different AI models to come up with that. All right, let's see what Webflow came up with this time. Okay, interesting, like quite different than the first time, much better than the first one. That was way general. So better. I think I still like the flow and the like the style. Maybe more used to looking at software pages, so I like how it did there and some of the graphics and elements that were used. Here, I like the slightly dark mode more, but overall it seems a bit general. Okay, but see, like nothing kind of, not beyond the landing page. Like, well, let's see what this is going to show actually showing some sort of like data. It should be on another page, but I'm just kind of shortcutting it for this demo to show analytics or data or integration, something that would be part of like maybe after signing up or another page. All right, so there was an error. Without looking at the error, trying to fix it, I can investigate it more, so I can prompt it better if I need to. Okay, let's see what that looks like now. Everything else looks generally same as before. Okay, so it looks like it added these new areas above the pricing plan, and then there's different data connections, data there, generate, yeah, so it has the different connections, different steps, the kind of what I was envisioning, where there's an actual app component. Didn't have that. Maybe it just needs way more prompting and other steps and going beyond like the landing page, but then other pages. So like this is really cool. Like I want to start using kind of connecting some of this data in there. All right, thanks. Just with a quick approach, a Lovable clear winner there. But I know this is, even though Webflow is old, has been around longer, but this is a newer feature, so I'm sure it'll improve. But just a quick demo there. All right, thanks.